Volkswagen has been a symbol of innovation and reliability in the automotive world for decades. From the iconic Beetle to cutting-edge electric vehicles, it's a company that has always prided itself on delivering quality. But in 2015, everything changed. Volkswagen, once seen as untouchable, found itself at the heart of one of the most shocking corporate scandals of the 21st century. The company that was known for its engineering excellence faced a massive financial and reputational crisis that no one saw coming. But how did they go from global leader to financial turmoil? Let's break it down and explore the shocking truth behind Volkswagen's crisis. 10. Dieselgate, the scandal that started it. It all began with Dieselgate, one of the most damaging scandals in the history of the automotive industry. In 2015, the US Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, accused Volkswagen of installing defeat devices in their diesel vehicles. These devices were designed to cheat on emissions tests, making the cars appear more eco-friendly than they actually were. The scandal was a game-changer. Volkswagen was caught red-handed deceiving regulators and consumers about the environmental impact of their diesel cars. Over 11 million vehicles worldwide were affected by this illegal software. And just like that, a company with a history of environmental consciousness found itself embroiled in one of the largest corporate scandals ever. 9. The legal and financial fallout. The consequences were swift and severe. Volkswagen faced billions of dollars in fines, compensation claims, and legal costs. The company set aside over $25 billion to settle claims related to the scandal. This staggering sum was just the beginning of the financial pain. In addition to the direct financial costs, Volkswagen also faced massive legal costs. Lawsuits piled up in the US, Europe, and beyond. The company was forced to recall millions of cars, leading to a further loss in revenue. And let's not forget the legal fees. The company had to spend countless resources on defending itself in court. By the time the dust started to settle, the cost of the Dieselgate scandal had easily reached over $30 billion, a blow to Volkswagen's bottom line that would take years to recover from. 8. The damage to Volkswagen's reputation. When a company like Volkswagen, which had built its reputation on reliability, innovation, and environmental responsibility, is caught in such a huge scandal, the damage to its brand is almost immeasurable. Consumers who had trusted the brand felt deceived, and many turned their backs on the company. Sales plummeted in key markets like the US and Europe. What made matters worse was that consumers who had purchased Volkswagen's diesel vehicles were now questioning their investment. Many felt their cars were worth far less due to the scandal, and some sought legal recourse to reclaim their losses. The brand's once stellar reputation for building quality, eco-friendly vehicles was tarnished beyond recognition. Volkswagen's credibility took a massive hit, and it would take years for the company to regain consumer trust. 7. The CEO resigns. In the wake of the scandal, Volkswagen's CEO Martin Winterkorn was forced to resign. Winterkorn had been at the helm of Volkswagen for almost a decade and was seen as the face of the company. His departure marked the end of an era for Volkswagen. Winterkorn's resignation was seen as a necessary move to restore some semblance of trust. But the damage was done, and replacing a high-profile leader like Winterkorn didn't solve the company's underlying issues. Volkswagen had to rebuild not just its leadership, but also its corporate culture. 6. The shift towards electric vehicles. A new hope? In an attempt to move beyond the Dieselgate scandal and embrace the future, Volkswagen decided to shift its focus toward electric vehicles, EVs. The company announced its ambitious Together Strategy 2025 plan, aiming to become a global leader in electric mobility. The plan was to invest billions of dollars in developing electric vehicles, including the introduction of the ID, family of electric cars. Volkswagen was hoping that by going electric, it could repair its reputation and secure its place in the rapidly changing automotive market. However, this shift also brought new challenges. The EV market was incredibly competitive, with established players like Tesla leading the charge. Volkswagen had to catch up quickly, and the cost of transitioning from traditional gasoline and diesel-powered vehicles to electric cars was substantial. 5. The ongoing impact on profits. Even as Volkswagen worked to develop new electric models, the financial impact of the Dieselgate scandal continued to haunt the company. While the company's sales were starting to recover in some markets, profits were still not at the level they had been before the scandal. The legal costs and fines associated with Dieselgate kept eating into their profits, leaving little room for growth. Despite the massive investments in electric vehicles, Volkswagen's financial performance remained shaky. The company had to balance paying off its legal liabilities with the need to invest in the future, and this created a tense financial situation that persisted for several years. 4. The shift in consumer preferences. Another factor that worsened Volkswagen's financial turmoil was the shift in consumer preferences. In the years following the Dieselgate scandal, consumers began to pay more attention to sustainability and eco-friendliness in their car choices. Diesel cars, once popular for their fuel efficiency, fell out of favor as more people opted for electric vehicles or hybrid cars. Volkswagen, despite its efforts to go electric, still found itself battling against a general distrust of its brand. The company needed to convince consumers that it could be trusted again, but the road to redemption was long and difficult. 3. The global trade tensions and economic pressure. In addition to its internal struggles, Volkswagen also had to contend with external pressures. Global trade tensions, particularly between the US and China, began to have a ripple effect on the automotive industry. Tariffs and trade barriers made it more expensive for companies like Volkswagen to sell cars in key markets. Moreover, the economic slowdown in many parts of the world further impacted car sales. The auto industry, like many other sectors, faced supply chain disruptions and higher manufacturing costs. For Volkswagen, this meant that even though the demand for cars was still there, it was harder to meet that demand profitably. 2. The scandal's lingering effects on employees and culture. The Dieselgate scandal also had a deep impact on Volkswagen's internal culture. Employees who had once been proud of working for a company with such a strong reputation were now caught up in the fallout. Many workers, especially those in management positions, had to face tough questions about their role in the scandal. Some were even accused of being complicit in the deception. The scandal forced Volkswagen to re-examine its corporate culture. The company needed to rebuild trust not just with consumers, but also with its employees. The path forward would require a complete cultural shift, with an emphasis on transparency, ethics, and accountability. 1. The road to recovery. Can Volkswagen come back? So, what does the future hold for Volkswagen? After years of financial turmoil, legal battles, and a tarnished reputation, the company is slowly clawing its way back. With its ambitious electric vehicle strategy, Volkswagen is positioning itself to be a leader in the next phase of the automotive industry. However, the road to recovery is long. Volkswagen has to continue addressing the fallout from Dieselgate while proving to the world that it can be a responsible, forward-thinking company. The market for electric vehicles is highly competitive, and Volkswagen will need to continue innovating if it hopes to catch up with the likes of Tesla. The company's future depends on its ability to balance profitability with sustainability, all while maintaining consumer trust. Volkswagen is in a race against time to prove that it can be more than just the company that got caught cheating on emissions tests. Volkswagen's financial turmoil is a story of corporate failure, but also one of redemption. From the Dieselgate scandal to its efforts to rebuild its brand, Volkswagen has faced challenges that few companies ever have to endure. But the company's shift toward electric vehicles and its attempts to rebuild trust show that Volkswagen is not giving up without a fight. So, what do you think? Can Volkswagen make a full recovery, or will the scars from Dieselgate be too deep to heal? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on the world's biggest corporate stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.